If you missed my group purchase of the Korui cup and are bummed that you did, you'll be happy to hear that there's a brand new cup to the market called the Saalt Cup, and it's made right here in the United States. This cup comes in two different sizes, a small and a large, and at least right now it comes in two different colors, which is Himalayan pink and ocean blue. You can find more information about the Saalt Cup on their website or on the Amazon US site. I'm not sure if they listed the cup on Amazon in other countries. If you're interested in hearing more information about this cup, stay tuned. Hello everyone, it's Red Herring. I hope you're having a great day. Any websites, links, or discount codes that I might have at this time will be in the description below. If you find anything helpful or interesting in this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. As I was saying, this cup is very similar to the Korui cup, but there are some differences and I'll point them out in a bit. The Korui cups is one of those cups that if I had found it early on, I might have ended my search for a menstrual cup. I feel the same way about the Saalt Cup. It's made really well, and you can tell that they paid attention to details. So I'm going to do an unboxing, show you what you get, and then do a walkthrough of the cup itself. Let's go down to the table and take a look. Such great packaging. It's so unique, so eye-catching, really easy to open. You just cut this label, you can twist it or just pull it right off to reveal the cup inside. To remove the cup, you'll pinch or fold it to find that there's some goodies hiding below. A portion of all of their revenues go to donations. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to learn more about that. This pamphlet gives you some information about the cup and explains why and where they allocate their donations. And the last pamphlet is the standard manual. It is well written and has a lot of good information in it, better than some of the other ones that I've seen. You also get a pouch and the cups themselves. This small Saalt cup measures 70 millimeters in its total length, 45 millimeters without the stem, and has a 42 millimeter diameter. This small Saalt cup holds 20 milliliters to the air holes and 25 milliliters to the top of the rim. The large also measures 70 millimeters in total length, but 52 millimeters without the stem, and has a 47 millimeter diameter. The large holds 30 milliliters to the air holes and 35 milliliters to the top of the rim. The silicone on the Saalt cup really reminds me of the Lena cup. It has that kind of a peach skin type of texture to it, very silky soft, and you know, in fact they feel pretty equal in firmness as well. I would say maybe the Saalt cup is a tad softer, but that might be due to the different shapes. The Lena cup is a little bit more bell shaped. It has that flared rim and then kind of comes out right here, has that roundness, whereas the Saalt cup tapers more to a point. Ooh, let me turn that around for you so that you can see what I'm talking about. Starting off with the stem, it is very similar to the Lena cup stem, but instead of having those grip rings coming off of the stem, they actually dipped it into the stem. This is a flat stick style stem. If I turn it to the side, you can see that it does narrow that way, but it gives you a good area to pinch down on, a flat surface to pinch down on. And it does have good motion. It's soft and moves in all directions. It does have a good stretch to it. It does have resistance, and it stops right about there. It does have a good seal on the inside if you're trying to trim that stem completely off. They did include a piece of silicone there so that you don't accidentally cut right into the cup. Right below the stem there are 3 grip rings, and they're not really raised too far off of the cup. I know that some of you had problems with how far the Lena cup grip rings jutted off of the cup. So this is nice and low, and they do feel rounded. There is a secondary rim, and there's a little speed bump right there. It's not much of a speed bump. It shouldn't give you any problems. There is a nice diagonal transition. You can see just barely right there. There are 4 air holes on this cup, a little underneath the top rim. There's 2 here and 2 back here, and they travel in a sidewards direction. I would consider these holes to be a medium size. The top rim on this cup has a nice transition, and it's not a real thick, beefy type of rim. They finished this cup off really well. There's barely any hint that there is a seam that goes down the side of the cup and up on the other side. I can't feel it. There's also a very faint hint that there was a seam at the top of the rim, but again, they finished it off so well that I wouldn't even detect it if I wasn't looking for it. There's only 1 marking on this cup, and it's on the outside, right on the secondary rim, and it's raised off just slightly. If you weren't looking for it, you might actually miss it. I already used the Saalt cups in both of the sizes and ate up all the chocolate, and so far, so good. I can usually use any firmness of cup, but I do prefer the cups on the firmer side just because they're easier to open for me. And I do like the firmness of the Saalt cup. My cervix was medium to high side during that period, and I do feel like the cup sat a little higher, but it didn't ride up so much that I lost a lot of the capacity. I think the small Saalt cup is a good size for someone who has a low to very low cervix, and the large Saalt cup would be better for someone that had a medium to high cervix. However, I do know some people that have a low to medium cervix that can still get away with using a large of the shorter cups like the Saalt cup. Since this cup is on the firmer side, I would also say that it would be great for someone who is very active or doesn't have an extremely sensitive bladder. I personally found that the firmness of this cup helped with my stress incontinence. Well, that's all I have for now about the Saalt cup. If I missed anything or if you had additional questions, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Or you can contact them for yourself through their website and one of their social medias. I know that they have a Facebook and Instagram. Also, while you're down there, leave me a comment if you picked up the Saalt cup and what feature made you want to buy it, or if you're still on the fence about it, if there's a detail that I can answer for you. Until I see you next time, take care.